We are live. And now we wait.
Waiting for everyone to come in.
Yeah.
It's always fun watching them roll in. It's like being at a bar. But you wouldn't know that, though.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You got a while for that one, boy. Thank God. Your mom and dad would be on pins and needles for that time period.
I was in a pub out in England a while back.
Really? Yeah. You don't have to be like 14 there to drink, right?
I don't know. Every source that I look up tells me a different answer.
Oh, that's funny. Now
All right.
you're going against Treasure Vortex right now too. So that's a big podcast of Gypsy Jules and Amanda Degas.
Oh yeah,
And
I've heard about them.
and you're going against Ambient Girl Diggs time slot too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that go live right now, but why fret
No,
over it?
no. I mean, like it is what it is. I didn't know if you knew that, because that's pretty heady competition. You know what I mean? So when you carve out your own spot in that kind of time frame, good for you, man.
I don't view it
Yeah.
as competition, but more or less people that also, want to have their own shows and they just happen to be at the same time. So,
Yep. Yep.
anyways, hey
I see.
guys, it's Matt. Oh, hey guys, it's Maddie here. Welcome back to the Digging Adventures live show. I'm your host, Maddie Tomani, and today we have Dustin DutchBoy Adventures on with us here today. How's it going?
It's going great, brother. Having a great day. Enjoying this extremely cold weather.
I don't know what happened. It was like, what was it, like 60, like 65 degrees yesterday, and now it's like 30 degrees, snowing.
Yeah, I had to go pick up stuff at an auction house, and I'm driving through snow squalls to get there and back. It's like I was just in shorts the other day. What happened? So yeah, big fun.
Yeah.
It
Also,
gave me
really
a
quick,
long day home.
yeah. Also, really quickly, I just want to put this out there. It is like super windy out right now. So if something happens and I cut out, it's probably because of the high winds. They like probably took something down. So just that's just a forewarning.
We got you,
I
brother.
I like to give these warnings during like high weather situations in case something happens. All right. So we're gonna get straight into it. I'm going to go over our giveaways for tonight. Almost forgot to bring this up. All right.
Nice.
Tonight, we are going to be giving away two United States Mint Proof sets. One from 2002 and one from 2004. All you have to do to enter in is to like, share, and comment that you shared. That way we know you want to be entered in. Also, if you Also, I will, from this point on, whenever we do a giveaway, I will be saying the time in Eastern Standard Time. That way, if there's anyone that's a bit late and they're watching from the beginning and they want to be entered in, they can see that, oh, I entered in, but they already did the giveaway a couple minutes ago or however long ago.
Good
All
man.
right. So now we're going to go into our um, commercials. Predator Tools. If you are in the market for a new detecting shovel, look no further. Predator Tools has the best digging tools in my opinion. Made in America from US certified steel, I use the Model 24 Phoenix and I love it. This season I've been giving away multiple multiple Predator Tool shovels. At the end of the season, we'll have given away 3 Predator Tool shovels. So make sure you guys stay tuned for when we give away the last one, because I believe we've given away like 2 now. We only have 1 left to give away.
They really are an outstanding tool. I mean, I have a Predator as well, so
Yeah. I Whenever someone asks me, "Hey, I need a new shovel, which one should I get?" I always recommend them, Predator Tools, because I've seen people accidentally like leave them outside of their like couple ton trucks, the Ford F-150s and stuff like that, and they just back over the thing and it's perfectly fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's why I always recommend those. I've only ever heard of one person that ever said, "Oh, I broke mine." And I always said, "How?"
I
What?
know someone that did. He broke his, and but I mean, it was like a 280 pound guy, probably trying to move like an X amount pound of rock or a pipe or something. But I know he sent it in. They gave him a new one because they have what, a lifetime warranty, something like that. So yeah, but
Yeah,
that was the situation. It took the extremes to do it.
yeah.
Hey, Sean, Berks County,
Boo.
David, Alan. Well, Nicole's your mom. Janine. Got the fox in the ground detecting. What's up?
So now we're going to do our next sponsor, meldetectingshop.com. If you need anything metal detecting related, show your support and click the link in the comments section. That one right there that I did not forget today. The one that's up on the screen, meldetectingshop.com. Use that link. A portion of all sales that a portion of all sales that go through that link go into prizes. Isn't that awesome? So make sure you guys show your support and make sure you guys, yeah, show your support when buying metal detecting supplies. Make sure to go through meldetectingshop.com, but don't forget to use the link.
Hey, Maddie.
Yeah.
I never heard of them before. What kind of things do they have there? I mean, are they selling everything? Detectors? Are they so? And are they specializing in certain detectors? Garrett,
Um,
Mind Lab, Technetics.
I believe they've got it all. They
Okay,
got, they got, yeah, everything. I just heard it through the ceiling.
cool. So it sounds like the metal detecting shop just is a one-stop shop and has it all.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. It's got all your detecting needs.
Well, I have some needs I don't think they can help me with.
All right. And last but most definitely not least, hold on, let me.
Thumbs up. Let's see them likes, guys. Come on. Show Maddie the love. Show
If
Maddie the love.
if you guys are excited for the show, leave a like. If you are on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. If you are on Facebook, make sure to head over to our group and join it. All right, next up we have Awesome Relics New England is a group of detecting enthusiasts from all over New England and across the United States. Their focus is retrieving and identifying items through detecting to help educate people on their history and to preserve items for future generations. So make sure you join their Facebook group, Awesome Relics New England.
Guess what? I'm a member of that group.
I'm a member of that group as
Yeah, man.
well.
All right.
All
I've
the
never,
cool all the cool people I know are in Awesome Relics New England.
have you ever gone up there, up north to detect?
Oh yeah, I was up there for Pound the Ground. Went up there up to Massachusetts. There was a hunt up in Rhode Island.
Oh, you did that one too. Nice. You the man.
I've been up there my fair share of times.
Did you get some good stuff?
Yeah, I did decently well.
I don't know, decently well. That's not really what I would use. I'd be like, man, I got this buckle. I got this. You know what I mean? You didn't get nothing. You didn't get. You got food tabs and soda caps.
At the time, for the first time I went up there, I would say I was still a novice detector, and that's when I went up to Greenwich, Rhode Island, for their hunt. I
What is your main machine right now? That your go to machine?
Currently I'm using the Equinox.
Okay, you were Garrett before that, right?
I've never held a Garrett machine in my life.
No? What were you before Mind Lab?
I've always been MindLab.
Oh, good for you, man. So you're OG of Mind Lab. I like
Well,
that.
if you wanted to get real technical, my first ever machine was a White's Coin Pro, but that lasted about a week.
Yeah, I remember the ones. The prisms and the coin pros. Yeah, I remember those.
After that, I had the MindLab Go Find. Then I always it's always really funny when I tell this story because I went from the really small kids machine, the MindLab Go Find 60, to the absolute monster machine of a CTX 3030.
that's that's two different worlds. And weight.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, the weight difference. Jeez. You were probably you were like 10 years old with these big biceps walking around. Yeah, I'm using the CTX. I'm Maddie.
Yeah, people are like telling me like, Maddie, you're gonna have like one normal arm and then one like big swole arm.
Well, they call them mom arms. Mom arm is the arm that the mom always carried the kids in. That's the mom arm. That's the one you stay away from when they're swinging. Is that your mom saying, laughing?
Yeah, that was my mom. uh, all right.
Oh,
So,
you're gonna be at Boyertown Saturday.
yeah, I'm gonna be in
Oh
Boyertown.
man, yeah, man.
I'm not
That's
gonna
good.
be. I don't believe I'm gonna be metal detecting. I'm just there to sort of hang out because my dad won't be able to metal detect.
He's coming too, though, right?
Yeah.
He's just gonna come hang out.
Hmm? Are you gonna be at the Boyertown hunt?
Yeah,
Nice. I'll see
yeah,
you there.
yeah, buddy. I can't wait.
Hold on, what the heck did I just see? Someone commented saying I had the White's Corn Master. I have a White's Corn Master?
It must have meant Coin Master.
Yeah, they must have been
Coin
Coin Master,
Master.
but I find this here we go. My dad said that he'll be in a chair the whole time.
That's good. I'm gonna hand him. He can hold my food because I need somewhere to put my food in between digging. He can hold my hot dogs. I'll sit with him. We'll just eat hot dogs the whole time.
Yeah. All right. So, now that we've gotten all the commercials and giveaways over and done with, we can now get into the show. All right. After a nice sip of water, it's always nice. So, once again, for those of you who just joined on, we have Dustin DutchBoy Adventures with us here today.
Thank you, sir.
Um, just to get you to know you a little bit. How long have you been in the you're in a lot of hobbies, aren't you?
I do have a lot of varying interests. I've always uh, had a sense of adventure. You know, I was the kid that would go on the long walks in the streams with the brand new sneakers that he just got bought, and I'd have them ruined that day, get yelled at. That was me. Always digging in the dirt, either playing with army men or just digging. So always growing up for me, we always had the Oak Island stories circulating, and when I was a kid, they used to play a lot of old pirate movies, like all the time. So I always had that romance. But I probably didn't pick up my first detector till maybe I was like 30 years old, 32 years old, and it was a White's. I rented it. Used to be able to rent metal detectors back in the day. That's how desperate they were to get people involved in the hobby. You could go rent one for a weekend. And that's what I started with. And then that didn't go well. When you have a low end detector, you just dig a lot of, crapola. Um,
Yeah.
so then I guess I got to about 40 years old, like fast forward 10 years, and I didn't do anything except explore. Um, And it's funny, a lot of the things I explored, I went back to once I started detecting and detected them. And I got a job working as operations manager of a RC distribution center. You know, radio controlled cars, drones, all that stuff.
Hmm.
And I wanted to add the caveat. I thought at that point, you know, now this is like 12 years ago, and at that point, drones were getting hot, and Garrett was pretty hot on the market. So I became a Garrett dealer, and I added that to our distribution chain. And I did that for about 5 years as a Garrett dealer. And then when I moved on from the distribution into my own private business, I kept detecting, and I started with the Ace 250, which, you know, once again, you're digging everything with that.
Yeah.
And then moved on to the Pro and the Gold, which I absolutely loved. For the record, both those machines, absolutely loved them. They just had their limitations, as all machines do. And I could have probably learned them better, but I learned the Gold better than I did the Pro. I love the AT Gold. The separation in it was better than the Pro. Um, but then from that point on, I guess it was about 3 years ago, had been detecting for about 10 years at that point straight, and doing a lot of research at Camp Meade in close to home where I'm at. And I reached out like as a fan to Aqua Chigger, and he was gracious enough to come and hang out, and him and I became fast friends. And he actually said, "Hey, you have the personality to have a YouTube channel," and he talked me into it. You know, he's like, "Oh, and I'm like, shut up." You know how you get all bashful, you're like, "Nah, nah," and he's like, "No, no, you're good, yeah." You know, so he actually talked me into it. And now him and I have done, you know, maybe 5 or 6 videos over the years, and hang out and talk. And we both served in the army, so we have a lot to talk about. We're the same age. We're self-employed. And then as far as what I do for employment, I have an apartment rental business that I run with my wife, but I also have an antique business that I run with my wife as well, where we're in local antique shops. We have stands and showcases, and I that's how, you know, I earn my income doing that. So with the antiques, on the antique side, it relates to what we do, because you're seeing a lot of stuff I dig up, I see on the antique side of it, especially with like bottles and stuff like that when I bottle dig. And I incorporated the bottle digging uh, 3 years ago into selling the bottles. So, you know, I was making money off them a couple years back. I know everyone now is doing auctions with them, and they're making a killing. So, but that's pretty much how I got started, man. Just always had the sense of adventure, and it's like mental therapy. You know, you just put one step in front of the other, and all you have to do is think about that one step in front of the other, and uh, listening to your tones. And you don't have to think. You know, I know you do have some pressures in life, you know, but as you get older, they multiply, and it's just nice to think of nothing while you're walking. So
Yeah. When it something I've been noticing with a lot of people that I ask, like, "Hey, how long you been metal detecting? What got you into metal detecting?" Is that a good portion of them always say have like this one same answer at the beginning. They're always like, "Well, you see, when I grew up, I was always sort of adventurous, or I always sort of like history, or something like that."
yep.
It's almost as if it all like just links together and like something, and metal detecting comes out of it.
And you're absolutely right. And one of the best things about metal detecting is the historical part of it. People don't realize, you know, everyone looks to archaeologists because they've been trained in college. What they don't realize is most archaeologists have like little to no experience in the field with anything. So we as detectorists are out there as junior historians, and you got to learn about what you're doing, or you know, you'll be the fool out there. Or if you like put something stupid on a ID site, you know, what's this, and it's just something simple, and you know, you want to avoid those things. But yeah, I agree with you, man. And you need to know history to know what's going on now, and I think that's a big problem in this world. People don't know the real history.
Yeah. One of the weird things is in my school, I can understand like, oh, they're still, learning, they're still in school and stuff like that. But stuff that they taught us like years prior that I still remember and stuff like that, they've completely forgotten it. It's like
Yep.
they never even learned it. So like I remember one kid at my school, I asked him, I was like, "Hey, do you know who the first president was?" And they couldn't answer the
I
question.
believe it.
They're
Yeah,
like,
I believe it. Yeah. People don't pay attention. They don't care. It's funny when I was in school, it was math. Math and science is what we would get. You don't need that. You don't need that. And relatively speaking, when you do get older, outside of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, you really don't need most of the other stuff that you spent years on. But what's important is the history. So if where I paid attention to my social studies and my history and my English and uh, it's all about history, and I think that's kind of where my heart lies. I'd rather find buttons and buckles over silver coins any day of the week, unless it's a historic coin. Once you find one seated dime, what's the difference? Until you find a different mint, and then you're getting pretty specific.
yeah, you have to know about what's happened to make us where we are now.
Yep.
That's a big part of metal detecting as well, because it allows you to see what's happened to lead us to where we are now.
Yeah, and you
Like,
you don't realize until you like a lot of times where I'm at a house and I find something like if I like Civil War bullets. You could find Civil War bullets anywhere in this country from a veteran that came home from the war. And um that's always an interesting find is when you find something Civil War that's not in the Civil War area, and it's like, ooh, was this a veteran? Was this a veteran that gave it to their son or daughter? Like where did this button or where did this buckle or whatever it may be, where did it come from? Who had it? What did they do with it? And
yeah,
yeah, that's awesome stuff, man.
yeah. So, my next question for you is, all right, you have been detecting for a good while now. You have a lot of hobbies. I took a quick look at, I took a quick look. You have a really big collection of antiques.
Yeah, yeah.
With all those antiques, you have to have some interesting stories, but with something there.
Oh well, I mean, the antiques we inherited a building from my wife's father, and the building they built, they were immigrants from Poland. And around the late 1800s, they moved up in the coal region, and they uh, bought a plot of land, and they started by just building one building, a one floor building, and then they just started building on top. So by the time they hit the 20s and 30s, they had a three-story building with multiple. Now, then they didn't do rentals. They just had the families would all live together in different sections of the house. So you'd have like maybe 20, 30 people of a family living there, but in different rooms. So they also had a general store, and they kept that general store pretty intact up until the 90s. And we have barrister book cases that are built in, or display shelves that are built in that you pull it up and slide the glass back, and in there, like I totally restored. Like there's a full pharmacy. Uh, we have like all kinds of new old stock. Um, and I'm around the corner on a really cool story on this that fits. So go down to the basement, and I could see where they built the extension on for the store. Okay, where at one point it was sidewalk, and then they built over it to build a floor for the store. So my friend Frank and I one night we went there, and we were in the basement, and it's like it's dark, it's creepy, it's damp, and we're in the floorboards and in the concrete wherever there's cracks and crevices sticking in screwdrivers and stuff. We plopped out. I don't know how, it was at the end of one of my last videos. Like I think I found 3 pieces of silver. I found a quarter, 2 dimes, the quarters from the 30s, and
Nice.
a bunch of wheat pennies, all kinds of just change that had fallen over the years from the register at the store. And that's the other thing. We have the original register. It's sitting there. So where it was sitting, we just went around and found all this stuff, which was really cool. And then there's 2 stories that are associated with this building. And the first one, it's called the Clares Massacre, which in 1933, when Franklin Delano Roosevelt took office, local politics changed their affiliations as well from Republican to Democrat. And needless to say, neighbors, it was like a Hatfield McCoy thing where like 7 people were killed. And we
Mhm.
still have the bullets in our building and the patchwork. Like I've done interviews where I've pointed to where the holes still are in the outside of the building. And then this past December, we had a tenant was having had a relationship with a police officer from a local police department, his ex-wife, and he got jealous of the fact that his ex-wife was having a relationship and happiness and decided to blow him up. So he blew up the whole front of my building. So I've been dealing with that. So there's 2 good stories for you.
So the house was shot at
Yep.
multiple times
Yes. Yes.
and blown up.
And blown up. And it's still there and we're still kicking, baby.
Yeah,
But
what
what's
is
funny is in the building, because I have 2 buildings, in the back building that the explosion happened at, when you're going down the basement steps, you know how an old wooden crates have the dovetail in them.
Mhm.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
The dovetail. They put them together. They slide in. Well, they were explosive crates. They used the explosive crates, right? They broke them apart and they used them to make the walls and everything going down in the basement. So you're looking at the outside of these Acme explosive boxes, with the label on it as you're walking down. I mean, they recycled everything. They reused everything to fit their needs back then. So yeah, that
That's
interesting stuff.
yeah, that is really interesting.
I could talk for hours, Maddie.
So, really quickly, we are going to do our first giveaway of the night. Oh, okay. That's useful. So, we are going to shake up the magic hat. We used to have the bucket, but the bucket's out of commission right now. Got the magic hat. Got a ticket.
What we got?
Zach Swim, are you here? The current time is 8:28. Zach Swim, are you here? I would bring up the music that this website has, just in it, but they're not that good. The
And hey
music.
guys, now that Maddie's back, make sure you guys really are sharing his links and stuff when he's putting them out ahead of time, because he's back down and he's going to stay in this slot and he's going to keep showing up. So not that he didn't before, but he's back and he's ready and he's got his mom and dad supporting him. So make sure, like the way I got introduced to Maddie was from other people that watched and told me about this kid that has a great show and he's funny and he loves like pepperoni pizza and stuff like that. And, that's how I got turned on to Maddie a couple of years ago. So make sure you guys are out there sharing, talking him up, giving this young man the support he deserves and needs, and keep sending people out here. We're going to grow this channel bigger than it ever was.
Thank you.
You got it, brother.
Also, real quickly, Zach Swim is here.
Zachy!
Congratulations. Make sure to get your information out to us, and we will send out your prize.
Thanks, Dave.
That's
Thanks, Sean. You guys are awesome.
oh yeah, fireworks. Uh, uh,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
fireworks. I totally still have the fireworks.
See, Mark,
For
I prefer Hawaiian pizza. I love Hawaiian pizza. I love the pineapples on my pizza, Maddie. You don't like that.
no fireworks for you.
Love
I'm
it.
just trying to find the messages between me and my dad because that's where the fireworks was. Here we go. All right, and I can really quickly just bing bong, bing bong. There we go.
There it is. There it is. Thank you, Zach.
Congratulations, Zach Swim.
Awesome.
All right, so I have a question for you.
You better.
What is do you like
Pineapple.
like ravioli?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I have another question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you like pizza?
Yes, I do.
Look at that
Oh,
pizza.
that's a good pizza, man.
What was that, like a 3-foot pizza? Yeah, that's the sort of like boardwalk pizza. It was huge.
See, Maddie, I got to tell you, I feel like I've made it in the metal detecting community since I've been asked about, what kind of pizza I like from you. So now I feel like I made it. Thank you, sir.
Remember, kids, you've never made it until Maddie Tomani's asked you what kind of pizza you
Yep.
like.
Do you guys have some good pizza shops there?
We have, I will tell you, New Jersey has some of the best pizza you will ever get.
I know my
It's
mom, she's been to that, is it Carlos Bakery, the fancy bakery that's real popular?
Which one is that?
Carlos Bakery or something like that.
Carlos Bakery. Um, I don't. That's the one with the cake. That's
Yeah,
in North
yeah,
Jersey
that
with the
one.
cake
Yeah.
boss.
Okay. That's North Jersey.
That's North Jersey. All right. Yeah. Around here, there's a couple of like local pizza shops. There's, let's see, we've got if if you want a good wait, what? If you want good pizza in New Jersey, there's a couple places you can go. There's Sawmill Pizzeria. That's in Seaside Heights. You've got what was the one with the thin crust pizza? Uh, Pete and Elda's. They've got some really good pizza. There's a
All right.
lot of different places in New Jersey that have good pizza.
When I come to visit you, you'll have to take me to some. All right. Come on.
All right. I will tell you right now, the best pizzas that I've ever eaten are here. I've eaten pizzas in a lot of different states, in a lot of different places around the world. I ate pizza in a different country, out in England.
And how was that?
It was all right. I mean,
What kind did they make? Did they make New York style?
it was like they try to make New York style because that's like the base type of pizza, I
Right. Right.
suppose. It was all right. It was a bit on like the smaller size of
Okay.
pizza. It was also like they didn't heat it up, so like they hit it was either they heated it up a little too much or a little too little. It wasn't that right consistency with the dough.
Have you ever heard of how they serve pizza in the coal region?
No.
I'm not BSing you. This is the real deal. Like up in the coal region, we call it the coal region because it's where all the coal was from, anthracite region in Pennsylvania. They have pizza that it's basically, Sicilian. It's like a piece of Sicilian, like half of a Sicilian, but the same type, right? And just how Sicilian only has a little cheese on it, but it's mostly sauce. This is like even less cheese. So it's like there's cheese is sparse, and you can see sauce here and there, and they serve it at room temperature. Like they sell boxes of them, squares, and they're squares, like little Sicilian squares, and they sell them by the box at room temperature, and that's
Hmm.
how they eat their pizza up there. Like it's called like one's called Snaps, one's called Pitt's Pizza, um, and then Carmen's has it too. And it's weird. It's good stuff, but it's not pizza to me. It's just you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just not pizza to me. But like my wife, she grew up there. She loves that stuff. But it's weird, it's room temperature pizza.
From what I understand, it's wherever you were born and where you know pizza is, that whatever pizza you've eaten locally from where you've lived is where you'll be biased towards.
Yep.
Toward.
Yep.
Like I'll tell you, personally, New Jersey pizza is the best. I've eaten Chicago deep dish pizza and it's
Yeah.
eh,
I'm not a deep dish guy.
no.
Nah, it's not me.
But I do like pizza that has cheese in the crust.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm old school.
All right. Let's stop talking about food for now. I'm getting
Yeah, I
hungry.
know. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. I could go on and on and on about the different types of pizzas and how they're different made and stuff, but this is a detecting show and a history show. We should be educating people about metal
Enlightening
detecting.
them. Yes, exactly, exactly.
So, recently, since, a couple years ago, March 13th, 2020, the United States got locked down. We all know that. But recently, everything's been getting lifted up. For instance, at my school, you don't have to wear masks; are not mandatory anymore.
Mm.
COVID cases are going down. Everything's looking better. Everything's being opened up. So with all that, there's more events happening now. Will you be attending any events soon?
Yes, I will be at Come Out Swinging this weekend. And then in May, I will be at Dirt Digging, PA, which is a great seeded hunt. So I'm going to go to the natural hunt for the Come Out Swinging at Boyertown, and I think they have a Sunday hunt that's seeded as well, a silver seeded hunt, which is great. But I'm going for the natural part of it mostly. But I'll be in the seeded hunt. Uh, but no, and then Dirt Digging, PA, which is a great seeded hunt. It's 2 days of seeded hunts, and it's like group. You can play poker. There was all kinds of different stuff going on with it. It's a great time. Two different kinds. You got your natural, and then you have your strictly seeded. I like them both. But and then in the fall, we were invited by the promoters at Digstock, Andy and I, to go out to Digstock. They didn't know as of now, right, where they're going to have their fall dig stock at. So we're crossing our fingers that it's on the East Coast, because if it's not on the East Coast, I won't go out West Coast with the COVID and restrictions and stuff. But so yeah, that's where we're at so far. Um, and I was going to go to Bone, but I had some things happen and I won't be able to go in the next week or so for that one. But I intend to go next year.
Yeah. Um, Personally, I know that we're going out to Boyertown, me and my dad, but other than that, I don't know if we're going out to any events.
Don't they have them where you're at? Like I could have swore that like New Jersey has like
Yeah, we
a
have Digging South Jersey. They do that down South Jersey. um
now, will you do
other,
stuff like that?
it all just depends on how my dad's feeling because we don't know how he'll feel even like a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, keep me posted on that stuff, because Jersey's not that far from me, and if it's like a weekend hunt, I'd be more than glad to come in. pick you up. We can go take you back home. You know what I mean? Get you out anyway. Keep me posted.
Yeah.
I have a
So,
good friend out there, Bill. He's losing his last name now, but he's in antiques and he does the dirt digging PA one. He's a really nice guy. Lives out in I don't know where in Jersey, but he's good people. So you must be good people too.
living in the grand old Garden State.
That's right. Home of the Sopranos.
All right. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Lost Boys Recovery.
I've heard of that guy. He's a nerd. Yeah, he's just a real goofy nerd. Now that's my boy Andy. I love that guy. I met him at a detecting event. Oh, I think 3 years ago. I met him at Dirt Digging PA, and just briefly said hi. You know, we didn't talk too much, and then last year when I went out to Dirt Digging PA, I was like by myself, so I hung out with Andy, and he kind of took me under his wing. We became steady friends, and it's good. We just started detecting together, and we have the live stream, and just a really good friend. You know, you get to my age, you don't meet a lot of good people that you can really trust and go out and spend time with. And he's one of the ones that you can. He's really, really good people. I'm glad he's my friend, and I love doing my live stream with him because he's like the straight guy, and I'm the goof. You know, so you know everyone likes Andy, and then there's Goofy Dustin. But yeah, he's a good guy. He really is. So yeah, I'll see you in here, boy.
So, wanted to ask a question. You're on a show with him on that channel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And people can just go over to Lost Boys Recovery to watch this, right?
We went steady. Did I say that? Oh, good lord. Uh, yeah, he's at Lost Boy Recovery. So our live stream is on Andy's channel. It's his brainchild. I'm his Ed McMahon, and he is my Johnny Carson. Um, and then I have my channel, which is DutchBoy Adventures, which are it's just videos. Like I don't do live streams on my own or anything like that. But like all my adventures, and what I always try to include people in with me on my adventures. So try not to do too many solo videos, but I will. But I always try to bring someone with me to have a good time. Especially
Yeah.
if you're a vet. I don't know how you are about veterans, but like any veteran that reaches out to me and says, "Hey, you know, I'm new to this, or I need to go chill out," you know, I take them out and show them the ropes and see if they like it, and some do, some don't.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
So here we have Dutch Boy Adventures on YouTube. Make sure you go check him out. Make sure you subscribe, watch his videos.
yeah.
And while you're doing that, make sure you also check out Digging Adventures. If you're on YouTube watching us right now, you're on the Digging Adventures. So hit the subscribe button while you're there.
Yeah, yeah.
We put a lot of effort into these live streams. We want to make them as best as possible.
You
So
guys, you guys have been putting on a good show for a while. You really have.
thank you.
Yeah.
Just earlier we were having like a whole panic because the 1 year subscription for the program we're using just ended.
Did it let you do it, or did you have to renew it?
We had to redo it. We had to because normally if we didn't have the if we didn't pay for it, this is what the show would look like. This is what the show would look like.
Okay.
And it would only be on one platform. We wouldn't have it on like either Facebook or whichever one. Would be on Facebook and YouTube at the same time.
Hey guys, thumbs up. Let's see some likes here. I see 14 likes. Let's shoot them thumbs up, guys.
Hey mom.
I
Oh,
love
it's
this.
off. It's off. Make sure you guys make sure to smack that like button. I want to see the like buttons fly by.
Yeah, smack it. Smack that sucker. That is cool, man.
I had to do it once. I just got the thing. All right. So, if anyone in the comments have any questions, make sure you just leave them in the comments. And if it's a good question, I'll ask him.
If not,
If
he'll ignore you and never talk to you ever again. That's how he. That's how he rolls, you know.
if it's any less than perfection, I will pretend like you never existed. No.
Hey, you have royalty in here. You have Teresa, the treasure hunter, tuning in from the state of Texas. So, how you doing, young lady? Haven't seen you in at least a few hours. Yeah, we had a great show last night, man. We just had just some awesome guests that Teresa came on. Hey, I know that lady. I saw you. She said, I don't want to be on camera. But Teresa came on, told some good stories. She came on, boom, said goodbye, dropped her mic and left. And but we had some really good people on there. She was one of them. We had a great time.
Here we have a question here. Ask him to talk about his Spanish-American war finds.
Oh man, that's my boy Pat. Hey Patrick, and Patrick's the one I was saying that got me hooked on watching you a couple years back. So hey Pat, hope all is well. Love you, buddy. You get all of my prayers, condolences, and you're a good man. I still have that stuff for you too. The Spanish American War camp. It was a camp that in 1898 they set up because the camp in Virginia was running rampant with typhoid or typhus or some one of those things that uh, guys were getting sick. So they sent them to Middletown, Pennsylvania, and then Mount Gretna, Pennsylvania as well. And I lived near the Middletown camp, and at one point there was 30,000 people there, troops there. And I found things from buttons to, I mean, so many buckles, suspender clips, thousands of shell casings. Like these guys, it isn't like the military now where if you shoot a bullet, they account for it like they do cops. They must have just been shooting these rifles everywhere because there's shell casings everywhere. I had Pat was digging into a field where were doing target practice, and everything in that field was loaded with like lead bullets. Like if you wanted to sell lead, you can go in there and dig tons of it. But I found a special badge. I didn't realize I'd be hit with the question because everything's in the cases behind me. But I found a special badge that they gave to the soldiers as they mustered out, and it's a rare one. Like I haven't even seen this one in any of the books or anything because it has the specific camp name on it, and the other ones have everything but the specific camp name. But just a lot of really good stuff out of there. A lot of barber dimes, a lot of Indian head pennies. Because it was 1898 basically to about 1900 when they mustered out the last time for the Philippine War. But a lot of extensive work. I found cemeteries in there, which one of the cemeteries I'm going to redo. It's all overgrown and fallen over, yeah, just and it's like hundreds and hundreds of acres. And I wasn't the first to do it. I was probably the last to really do it extensively because there was guys before me that relic hunted there. But yeah, I found a lot of really good stuff there. A lot of nice buttons, tons of bullets, um, different kind too, like even Civil War bullets, because a lot of the officers and NCOs were veterans of the Civil War that were going into that. So it was really cool. Like you just don't know what you would find. monogram stuff from the soldiers, dog tags, you name it. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool, like art, really cool antiques and stuff like that that come out of like camps from stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's interesting because like now it's all built like there's neighborhoods, there's all built over where the camps were, and there's only so many fields left that are just fields, and they're dwindling. So I think in the next 10 to 15 years there will be absolutely nothing left of the camp at all. You'll have like I have an overlay map and it has the camp mapped on it, and that's the only way you'll ever know it was there. Because there won't be anywhere else to go to dig for it.
Yeah. One of these days, we I want to have a show that's just I get a chance to just come on here and talk about history. I know it's like a metal show, but it's like here today we're gonna be talking about this event in history.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize. I, I don't want to get too started on history, but if we taught the correct history in this world, we wouldn't be going through a lot of the things we go through today. If everyone knew the history of just one topic, which is slavery, um, we would be able to live unified in this country instead of ignoring a lot of factors that go around it. But it's a shame because that's why this country is kind of devolving right now. Um, Everyone's hooked on feelings, and they're just ignoring the history of how things happened. We get a lot of blame in this country just based off of being white or this or that. When in essence, a lot of the things that happened in this country were from other countries coming to our country, if you know what I mean, like Portugal, the Dutch, they were all here.
Yeah. All right. Who's ready for a history lesson? It's
Yeah, by
almost
the way, when
giveaway
I was
time.
in college, that's what I studied was history and religion, believe it or not.
History and religion, like throughout history, it's only until like recently that like religion and politics and stuff like that have like been split apart.
Yeah,
Even now, they're still sort of connected. Throughout history, if you held religious power, you held political power. The Pope,
absolutely,
for like centuries, the Pope out in Europe, he would control like so much power in Europe.
absolutely, Maddie, absolutely. Very
He
astute, sir. Very astute. I
he
agree
was
with
like
you.
you had like Charlemagne, who was known for being this great emperor. He king of the Franks. He did so much stuff, and at the time he was regarded as about as equal power with the Pope.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the reason I took religion in college was because to me it was history. I didn't just study one religion, I studied various religions, and each one had a history behind them. So it's kind of like you have religion to a point, and then you have world history right after it. So, yeah, you're a smart kid. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
But this all the history stuff's a discussion for another day.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. You'd be on headline news if I started running my mouth. They'd be like, hey, you should see what they did on YouTube.
don't worry. All right, we're gonna do our final giveaway of the night. We're gonna
The
watch
gold
the
coin,
viewers.
right? Ah! I do that to everyone, Maddie. I
I
got you.
was like, what? Um, Watch, as soon as we do this giveaway, I'm gonna go from like 50 viewers to 25.
That's what happens.
All right, we're gonna shake this up. We are giving away the 2004 United States Mint Proof set.
That's nice.
And the winner is Ted
Todd
Eoff.
Eoff. All
Well, no,
right.
Todd Eoff. It is 8:54. Todd Eoff, are you here?
Are you here, Todd? Some different names in your chat that I haven't seen, so that's good.
Yeah.
Do you get local people that know you that tune in for this?
Yeah, we have some people on here that they tune in. They're around the area. We also have people from, well, speaking of, congratulations, Todd Eoff. Make
Congratulations.
make sure to get your information out to us, and we will send out your prize.
Nice.
But yeah, there are people. We also get viewers from all around like the country. We get some viewers out in Europe and stuff like that.
Now, on your channel, do you have videos like of you and your dad out detecting and stuff too?
Oh yes, we have videos of me and my dad doing all sorts of stuff.
Especially like because there's a couple with you in the water too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Like how I
Um,
switched the interview on to you.
Now I'm the interviewee.
But no, it's important that people know that it's just not a live stream channel and that, there's other adventures being had. And, uh, his dad's been doing this stuff forever. So, he's an ox. There's all kinds of good videos of him too out there digging and finding jewelry and stuff in the lakes and in the ocean and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah. Let's see, what videos do I have? Besides the live streams, there's videos of just going out metal detecting. There's videos of me going out magnet fishing, and there's also like the miscellaneous videos. There's one little tiny series we had where it was called Maddie Crushes It instead of like being with Maddie or something like that. We had a log splitter, and we were putting all sorts of stuff in the log splitter and crushing it. And then episode 2, we made a big hammer. We took like a big square log piece, and we put a wooden pole on the end, and we made a hammer, and we were crushing stuff with it. And you know what we called it?
Maddie crushes stuff part two.
Well, not the video. What did we call the hammer?
Thor.
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
And we were crushing everything with it. Unfortunately, during that episode, the one part of it broke, but I don't know if I told anyone this or not, but we were using that for like just like normal stuff around the house. Like, oh, this needs to get crushed. Boom, crush it with the hammer. Shortly afterwards, like maybe like 3 months afterwards, the handle snapped off the hammer and it's broken.
Now it needs crushed.
Gallagher has passed on. Well, anyways, I'm gonna start to wrap up the show. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we?
I just wanted to thank you for bringing me on, and I appreciate you having me as a guest. And I have nothing but love and respect for you and your family. And I think you're a great young ambassador to this hobby that we have. And just keep doing what you're doing as long as it makes you happy, and do what you want to do while you're doing it. Don't listen to other people. I mean, other than your mom and dad. Uh, but the people, the viewers and all, sometimes you make them happy, sometimes you don't. But you just keep doing the videos and the stuff you want to do. That's advice that I got from someone I know. So, and I live by that in my videos. But I thank you, man. I really do. Keep on rocking, man.
Yeah, thank you for being on. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun having you on here.
Thanks, buddy.
Um,
Anytime, I'm there for you.
Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. We had a really good chat tonight, really good audience. Um, they laughed along with us. It was really fun. So
Yeah, thank you guys, and just remember, keep tuning in and keep sharing. Get Maddie back to where they were before they took their break. And uh, the more people we get in here, and the more Maddie can do giveaways and make these fun and festive for you guys. So just keep pumping him up there, you know, and we'll do the same on our channel too for you, buddy.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, without anything else, that I don't have anything else to say. Thank
I'm
you for
good.
being on. Thank you for
Yeah,
the encouragement.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And well, get out and have a digging adventure. We'll see you guys